Welcome to FLED 4412. I want to give you a tour of the D2L website. The first thing I want you to see is that you have many options at the top of your screen, but those are not going to be the best way for you to navigate. The best way for you to navigate through this program is going to be by using the course home and the course browser. So first off, you'll see announcements on the left side of your screen. The first announcement for you is to start here in the folder that's marked orientation and begin progressing through the documents provided. You'll also always have a checklist for each of these modules to make sure that you've completed all items. In addition, I want to show you the resources folder that is not a module in and of itself, but is a place for you to find important course documents. So we'll click in there for just a second, find out what's in there. These are documents that you'll access throughout the semester, like the syllabus, the course schedule, the instructions for the discussion board. So let's look at that for a second just to understand the timing of discussion boards, which is going to be a little bit different from the other dates that you'll see. Most modules are going to contain a discussion board post, and each cycle is worth 15 points. Your initial post is due by Wednesday, and then your reply to classmates, I'm suggesting 3 classmates, is due by the Sunday when the following module will be open. So let's go back to the course browser so that we can look at what is a typical module structure. So if we look at Module 1, we'll see a basic structure of a module. You have first the Module 1 standards and objectives, and so that's going to give you an idea of what the expectations are for this module. The first thing that you're going to see is the program standard, which is the program overall that's going to lead to your certification as a foreign language teacher. And then we'll indicate which component of that standard we'll be addressing. And then finally, you'll look at the learning objectives for you, which is what you will actually do during the module in order to meet that broader standard. Now, in terms of navigating, you can navigate by clicking on the previous and next arrows when you're within an item, but you can also just click on the module itself, follow the breadcrumbs back, and you'll be able to see all of the items in a module. If you do that, then you're going to see a reminder that I post in the top of each module, which is reminding you what items are going to be graded and what grading category they will fall into, and also when all of the items are complete. But as I pointed out, with the discussion board it works a little bit differently because your initial post needs to be done by Wednesday. So those items in red are just to reiterate to you what items will be graded. Again, you see the standards and objectives, and then from there you'll see that all of the learning activities and assignments are going to be numbered. Activity 1, Activity 2, Activity 3, Activity 4. Depending on what is actually required in a module, you may have multiple activities. Now, if anything is going to be graded, you are going to find a rubric within the description. And I'll show you an example of that in the next module, but I want to just point out the module checklist. I've included that at the end of each of your modules, just as a fail-safe to make sure that you have completed everything before you move on. So you can check your progress, and then if you find that there's anything that you have not done, then it's easy for you to just go back in, click on it, and immediately access that page so that you can complete that item. So I hope that's a help to you to keep track of what things need to be done. So now we're going to go back to the table of contents. I'm going to show you one other module to point out to you how you can navigate a graded assignment. So we're going to move into module 2. And in Module 2, you'll see that Module 2 starts basically the same way as Module 1, and this is the structure for pretty much all of these. At the very top, you'll see what items are graded. So for this one, you have 2 graded assignments, and you see where those items are going to be in terms of the percentages. You also see the date when all of the items in this module should be complete. You'll begin with the module objectives, move through the activities, and right here we're going to click on this graded assignment to see what the structure is as you approach a graded assignment. I'm going to include 3 items for each of your graded assignments. You'll have the instructions. You will then have the assignment box where you're going to upload it. And on my end, I'm able to view the rubric as I grade your assignment, but I have realized that you are not able to view that rubric, so I've taken those rubrics and copy-pasted them into a PDF format so that you can see exactly how many points each item is and how it's going to be graded. So this is pretty much exactly the view from D2L. It tells you the number of total points, and then for this assignment is basically a complete or incomplete, and some of your assignments are going to have more detailed descriptions in the rubrics, but for each assignment that is going to be graded, and a lot of your assignments are going to be more open-ended because of the nature of this course, but there will always be the assignment directions, the assignment Dropbox, and the assignment rubric available to you as you progress through the modules. One last item that I'd like to point out to you that's available throughout the course, because there will be different timing depending on when you receive an assignment to complete the 2 field observations that are required for this course. The classroom observation folder is going to be available throughout. You will be contacted by the Bagwell College of Education, and they will provide you a window of time when you will be allowed to go out and complete these observations, and they'll put you into contact with the teachers that we've selected for you to do so. So there may be slightly different timing based on scheduling. So you might be doing these observations at the beginning of the semester, maybe in the middle, maybe towards the end, or maybe a combination therein. But all of these observations are due by the last day of class, which will be April 28th, 2019. So let's click in the classroom observations webpage to see what the directions are for this. And you can see here that you have in this template, and this template is one that includes also the grading criteria. And you also have 2 drop boxes for you to turn in your work. So you'll click on the document and download it, and then you'll be able to type into the document as you complete your observations. Also within this document, you'll see the point values and the expectations for those observations, so you can see how many points each item is worth and a description of what is being expected. For example, you'll see the rubric for reflections included after the questions. So this concludes the tour for this course. If you have any questions, please remember that I prefer that you use the D2L email because it is separate and doesn't get mixed up with all of the other email. And I'm looking forward to working with you through this course. Thanks.